Well, hello everybody. Good morning and welcome back to another video here on my channel. It's been a while since I've done a video this particular way on StreamYard. I decided to do this video on here and do week 5 NFL picks. I know I really should have done them from week 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I didn't really have time. I just, been busy working as usual, spending time with Christine and a few other things too. I just haven't really been doing like videos of NFL picks. Sometimes when I do them, I try and do like the best predictions I can, all that stuff, and I figure I get back into it. So yeah, and I do have to work today, but it's not till 11, so it's 8:32 a.m. Eastern time right now. I got time to do this. So let's get right into this and let's go over our games that we have for week 5, and I'm doing them like on my phone here, like all the scores and stuff on here. I know it's a little bit like hard to see. Well, they are on there. I just figured I'd just do them this way here on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. In case anybody wondering, what kind of phone it is. So yeah. All right, so let's get right into this. So for week 5, we have our first game that will be coming up actually pretty soon right now, and it's in London, England, between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. And this game is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's not too far away, actually. And of course, in London, England, it's like a little bit like further in time. I think they're like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us, something like that. So anyway, for this game, we have a matchup between Zach Wilson and Matt Ryan, a veteran quarterback and a rookie quarterback going at it. And this matchup looks to be pretty decent. I mean, it's a battle between two teams that are 1-3. And my prediction is the Falcons win this one. The Falcons are coming off, I believe, a victory in their last game, or unless they had a bye week. And I'm just looking at the week 4 schedule. Well, the Falcons lost to the Redskins, but I'm still calling them that. I mean, I don't like to call them the Washington football team, just like how the Cleveland Indians are still going to be the Cleveland Indians, but that's, a different subject. But the Falcons are coming off a loss, and the Jets are coming off a win in overtime against the Titans, which is kind of a surprise to me. But I think the Falcons will get the victory in this one over the Jets. Don't think it's going to be that close or anything. I say Falcons 26-17. Usually I do like these scores as well too, just like what, score will be and stuff, but I never get the scores right. I never do. Anyway, now our 1 o'clock games. Our next one is the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one should be a pretty good matchup because both teams are 3-1. I'm kind of surprised about the Bengals doing this good. You got Aaron Rodgers, the legend, veteran quarterback, and Joe Burrow entering his second season, I believe this is, in the NFL. I don't really know. But should be a pretty good matchup. Or if you want to go like old school, or back in the day, like for who played for the Bengals and the Packers, it would be Brett Favre against Boomer Esiason, just for the heck of it. But I think this one goes to the Packers in this. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup, but I think the Packers pull away with the victory, and I say 30-20, pretty much around there. Then we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions are winless right now in the season, and the Vikings just have one win. And the Lions are still looking for their first victory. They almost got it against the Ravens, but Justin Tucker setting the record with a 67-yard field goal, which is still amazing to this day. And the Vikings, looking for just their second win. And I think this is going to go in favor to the Lions. I think the Lions are going to get their first win, and I think it'll be down to the wire, like coming down to a field goal. I say Lions get it 23-20. As for old school quarterbacks or anything like that, I mean, I don't really know like one for the Lions. I mean, the only one I could think of is Matthew Stafford, but not really old school, or somebody like from the 70s, 80s, or 90s quarterbacks. John Kitten, I think, played for them for a good while, I think, but that's all really I can think of. And the Vikings, probably Fran Tarkenton, I guess. Next one, we have the Denver Broncos, the 3-1 Denver Broncos, and the 1-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers came off a loss against the Packers, which, even though I did pick them in that game, sometimes I do them on Facebook too. Like I put on there what teams will win and all that stuff, but I have not. So anyway, this will be a battle of John Elway and Terry Bradshaw. But yeah, this should be a pretty good matchup, but I think this goes in favor to the Broncos. I think they're going to keep it going and get the victory over the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers have been having a lot of seasons. They've been doing really good, but this is my honest opinion. I think it's time to let Mike Tomlin go, and I think it's time for Ben Roethlisberger. I was trying to say, I almost said Brett Favre. I don't know why, but it's time for Ben Roethlisberger to retire. I mean, the guy, I guess he's trying to prove that he can still play as pretty good as Tom Brady, but Tom Brady, is a different subject. He's been playing for the Patriots, and now he's playing for the Buccaneers, and he's still doing pretty well. I mean, I know people hate him and stuff, but you got to admit he does a pretty good job. So I think the Broncos get this win over the Steelers. I say 26-14. 26-14. Then speaking of the Buccaneers, that's our next game. The Miami Dolphins facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Florida. This should be a pretty good matchup. And like I said, Tom Brady is still playing pretty good. But the Dolphins, with Jacoby Brissett on their team, this is a matchup of Dan Marino and Brad Johnson, I guess. I mean, this Brad Johnson, I think, played for the Buccaneers when they faced the Raiders in the Super Bowl back in 2002 or something like that, or 2000. No, it was 2003, I think. Yeah. 2001 was the Ravens and Giants. 2002 was the Patriots and Rams, I believe. Yeah, and 2003 was the Raiders and Buccaneers. So that's all I can think of, for play for the Buccaneers. I mean, or if you wanted to say Dan Marino against Tom Brady. I mean, but anyway, for this matchup, I have to go with the Buccaneers in this one. I mean, Dolphins, if they could get a victory in this one, that'd be a pretty interesting one if they did, but I don't think they have what it takes in this one against Tom and his Brady bunch, in Florida. They would say that about them and the Patriots. They would say the Brady bunch, with them. But I still say Buccaneers in this one over the Dolphins, 26-10. I think it's going to be in favor like that. Yep. Next one, we have the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. Again, I'm still calling them that. I don't care, if people say it's Washington football team or anything like that, but I'm saying, what I prefer to say them as. I mean, so Washington is looking for their third win, and so is the New Orleans team. Jameson Winston and I don't know, Taylor Heineke. I guess that's how it's pronounced for Washington. I don't really know. Should be a decent matchup with these two teams, but I think the Saints get the win in this one. And I say for old school matchup, I mean, I would probably say Drew Brees against what's his name? Either Doug Williams or Mark Rippon for the Redskins. I would probably say Doug Williams, but anyway, but this matchup again, I think goes in favor to the Saints. Saints go marching in for the victory, 27-21. Next matchup is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. The Eagles still with their quarterback, Jalen Hurts. I'm still wishing that they would give some playing time to Joe Flacco. I mean, the Eagles have now gone down to a record of 1-3, and the Panthers with Sam Darnold, still impressing so far. I mean, I didn't expect them to be 3-1 this season, and also I didn't know that they extended to 17 games this year instead of 16, as I was going to do predictions. And everybody's like, it's 17 games now. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Just leave everything alone. And they never do. But this will be a matchup, I guess. Well, this is kind of hard. I mean, I guess Randall Cunningham and Cam Newton, or I was going to say Randall Cunningham, or I was going to say Donovan McNabb and Cam Newton, but that's not really an old school matchup. But for this one, I'm going to go with the Panthers. I was going to go with the Eagles, but I looked it over. I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, wait a minute. The Eagles only got like one victory, and this team has 3. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one. 26-19 for this matchup. Then our next matchup is the Tennessee Titans and the winless Jacksonville Jaguars. Steve McNair and Mark Brunell, I guess you can put for that one. The late Steve McNair, rest in peace. And one-time Baltimore Raven. I remember when Steve McNair played for them in 2006 and 2007. But yeah, or if you want to go with, I think Warren Moon played for the Titans as well, or the Tennessee Oilers, I think, at that time. But yeah, the Jaguars, are looking for their first victory, while the Titans are looking to get this win again with Ryan Tannehill facing Trevor Lawrence, who isn't really doing all that well. 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. I mean, I don't know about a possibility about him getting benched or anything. I don't know who their second string is. But I will be I'm just looking at something on here. I'm going to go with the Titans in this one. Don't think the Jaguars get their first win. I don't think they're going to go winless this season, but I think the Titans get the victory. 26-13. Next matchup is the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. Both teams have just one win. Mac Jones, who I thought it was going to be Cam Newton in the beginning with the Patriots, but it was not, taking on former Raven Tyrod Taylor, who's doing pretty well with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. He also played for the Buffalo Bills. But I'm going to go with the Texans in this one. I think they get the victory. I mean, it's time for the Patriots to have a bad season. Same with the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I was saying about them. It's time for them to have a losing season. They've been having way too many winning seasons. It's time for them to part ways with Mike Tomlin, and time for Roethlisberger to retire. And time for Belichick to retire, too. I mean, like in that last interview or something, whatever it was that happened like last week or something, they asked him like for his opinion or whatever and stuff, and he only gave like a few answers. Man, that just shows there that, he was frustrated, or he's probably getting tired of coaching. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, but it is frustrating, I know. But I'm still going with the Texans in this one over the Patriots. I say 20-14. Our next one is our 4:00 games, and this one is the Las Vegas Raiders. Still trying to get used to saying that name a lot of times. The Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Chicago Bears, where it'll be Justin Fields and Derek Carr. David Carr, the one back in the day for the Houston Texans. I mean, yeah. This would be Jim McMahon and Kenny Stabler, I guess, or Jim Plunkett, one of them. I don't really know. But yeah, just I know I didn't do the other matchups for the other ones. The Patriots and Texans. I guess Tom Brady and David Carr. I guess. I mean, I'm just doing that just for the fun of it. But for Raiders and Bears, I'm going with the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are doing pretty well this year, and I think that they get the victory over the Bears. I say 28-15. 28-15. Our next matchup is a battle of 3-1 teams. The Cleveland Browns, a little surprising to me, and the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly San Diego Chargers. And for this one, this is a tough one because the Browns have had many, many different quarterbacks like Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Jeff Fry, I think. I think Jeff Garcia did play for them. I don't know. Or Charlie Fry was, excuse me. Charlie Fry, Jeff Garcia, I think, did play. Trent Dilfer. Goes on. And now you got Baker Mayfield. And for the Chargers, you got Justin Herbert. No longer Phillip Rivers, as he did go to the Colts last year, and then he wound up retiring, I think. Pretty sure he did. But anyway, this matchup, I think is going to go in favor to the Chargers. Baker Mayfield is struggling right now with as I'm looking at his stats on here, has just 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and Nick Chubb, excuse me, is like doing pretty good for running, like getting 3 touchdowns. But I think this goes in favor to the Chargers. I say 26-22. Next matchup is a matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Eli Manning and Tony Romo, I guess. I would say Troy Aikman, but he was pretty good. And but one thing I'm not big on is his commentary sometimes. But Tony Romo does very good commentary. In case anybody, isn't like a fan of Tony Romo, of his commentary. He was a good football player, but he's great on commentary. I mean, anybody that wants to disagree with that, that's your opinion. But Roger Staubach, played for the Cowboys back in the day, and the Giants, Phil Simms and Jim Kelly, one of them, maybe Jim Kelly. I don't really know. But for this matchup, I'm going to go with the Cowboys, and that's Dak Prescott. Has so far done pretty well with 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and Daniel Jones still trying to, do the role after, trying to do the best he can after Eli Manning called it a career. I think he'll get to the Hall of Fame as well, but not like on the first ballot, maybe like eventually. But Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott should get the victory in this one over the Giants. And I say Cowboys 27 and Giants 13. Next matchup is San Francisco 49ers and the undefeated Arizona Cardinals. Surprisingly, they are 4-0, which I'm a little surprised about. I don't think they'll go undefeated this year, and I think this goes in favor. This will be Joe Montana and Kurt Warner, I guess. I think they had another quarterback back in the day for the Cardinals, but I can't remember his name. Or Steve Young, if you want to put him on the 49ers. But, yeah. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals in this. I think they get the victory, but just barely, I think this is going to be. This is Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyler Murray. Yeah, I was making sure. I know it wasn't Kyle Murray, but even though they don't have Larry Fitzgerald on here, but they still are managing to get the job done, and that's pretty good. But I still think they get the win, but just barely. I say 26-23. Comes down to a field goal. Next matchup is our Sunday Night Football matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the why do I almost say Washington? I don't know what the heck. The Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I was trying to say. It's surprising that the Kansas City Chiefs are 2-2 right now. It's very surprising. I mean, the Buffalo Bills with a 3-1 record, that's good. I made a mistake in the last one. I just realized Jim Kelly and Phil Simms played for the Bills, not the Giants. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that what team did Jim Kelly play for?
Which Jim Kelly? Bears, Braves, Eagles, or Bills? Jim Kelly played for the Bills in 1996.
Okay, well, and Phil Simms, I think. Who did Phil Simms play for?
Phil Simms played for the Giants in 1993.
Okay, so Phil Simms did play for the New York Giants. Okay, so you just have to go with that. Jim Kelly played for the Bills. Okay. Bit of confusion right there. I'm sorry about that. But I just want to look that up. So this would be sorry about that, folks. I'm just looking at stuff on here. So Jim Kelly, we'll get up first. Yeah, he played for the Buffalo Bills from 86 to 96. So this would be a matchup between Jim Kelly and Len Dawson. I believe Len Dawson played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep, 1962 to 1975. Okay, gotcha. And Phil Simms played for the Giants. Yep, 79 to 93. Okay. All right, so yeah, sorry about that for all that confusion. I just so this would be a matchup of Jim Kelly. Yeah, this would be Jim Kelly versus Len Dawson. This one. Now, sorry about that, but it's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, two quarterbacks that are doing very good this year right now, and I think it's going to go in favor to the Bills. I mean, I think the Chiefs will get back on the winning track. I don't think they're going to have a losing record this year, but not like the way they've been doing for the past couple of years. I think it goes in favor again to the Buffalo Bills. I say 29 to 24. All right. And we already had our Thursday night football matchup, which was between the Rams and Seahawks, but possibility, that it looks like the Seahawks are going to lose Russell Wilson for a good while, and Geno Smith is going to have to take his place. So, but they're saying it could be like 4 weeks or so that Russell Wilson could be out. He's not going to miss the rest of the year, but he could be back, about 4 weeks, possibly. First they said 6 weeks, and then feared in the beginning that he was going to miss the rest of the season. So there you go. But possibility he'll be back. So there you go. All right, and now our next matchup, and that is our Monday Night Football matchup. Not doing the thing, the theme and all that, but just for the heck of it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Anyway, this is our Monday Night Football matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Carson Wentz against Lamar Jackson, or if you want to go with Peyton Manning versus Joe Flacco. I mean, I still like Joe Flacco. I mean, nothing against Lamar Jackson. He's doing a great job, but again, Joe Flacco was there from 2008 to 2018, I think, something like that. Played a good amount of seasons for the Ravens and won one Super Bowl with us and signed that big contract. Yes, he did give up a lot of interceptions and sacks and stuff, but Vinny Testaverde played a couple of seasons, and Kyle Bowler. It was always a starting quarterback a lot, and Steve McNair for a couple of seasons. Then came Joe Flacco when Kyle Bowler got hurt in 2008. So they pretty much gave the job to Joe Flacco, and yeah. Then he wound up losing his job when Lamar Jackson came in when they drafted him in that draft in 2017 or 18, I think. I think it was 18. But yeah, and then Carson Wentz for the Colts, doing pretty well right now. And same with Lamar Jackson, but he has 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He had a really good season in 2019, and he won the MVP award, which was very deserving. And the Ravens had a amazing 14-2 record, but wound up losing in the division round. I think it was against the Tennessee Titans, which is really ridiculous. But they tried. Just happens in football a lot. And then the next season they didn't have a season like before, but they still had a pretty good season. They beat the Tennessee Titans, I think, in the wild card, but lost in the division against the Buffalo Bills. I think it was the division, but something like that. Or it may have been the championship. I don't really know. I mean, it may have been the AFC championship. I don't know. I don't think it was, but just look it up just for the heck of it. The 2019 Baltimore Ravens season, we lost to the Tennessee Titans in the division. And then the next season, we finished second, and it was the wild card against the Titans. We won, and then we lost in the division. Okay. Sorry. But anyway, for this matchup, this should be a pretty good one. This is in Baltimore. And Of course, I have to pick, my team, the Ravens, over the Colts. I mean, I never do pick my team. I never do pick a team, over my team unless we're doing like really, really bad. I mean, I know years ago I would pick the other team against us, like, and I know it's surprising if I pick another team, over my team, but again, I would never do that. I have to go with the Ravens in this one over the Colts, and I think it should be a pretty good matchup, and I think that we pull away with the victory, and I say uh, Ravens 28 and Colts 14, 28-14. Yep, should be a pretty good matchup. And that is going to do it. That is all of our games for today. And that's going to wrap it up once again. All right. So as always, if you do like this video, hit it with a thumbs up. Like this video, well, same thing, thumbs up. Comment if you like to with your predictions and no negative stuff, as always, and subscribe if you like to. Hit the bell as you want to if you want to like get alerted for any videos that get uploaded. And subscribe. It's not a bad thing, a good thing. And you all take care, and thanks again for watching this video.